Hello and welcome to the SSL. I'm Jiggly,
And I'm G 2019.
and we are on what? This is week 4 now, right? Yeah.
It is week 4, and a quick look at the standings as we see we'll have Hollywood and Tokyo squaring off game 1. Hollywood topping the standings 3-0, the only team with actually more than one win and with only one goal allowed so far this season.
Yeah, I think that we're going to start seeing some teams pull away. I think that in the early offing, I think that Hollywood might be absolutely just dominant this season. The way that it's very hard to stop the way that they play if you do not have the right amount of resources in defense. And I think the only team that has that much resources in defense is Hollywood. So it's very hard and very difficult to break through them and to stop them.
Yeah, it seems like Tiki Taka is making some big time plays each and every game. You have to wonder if that will continue. If it does, Hollywood seems, set in stone to be one of those contenders to win the league.
And it's obviously going to take a while to get there. But do you know if they actually released the partially recorded first time that we did this? Because I believe that if not, then this will be the first time that we will officially be on air together.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that one did get released or not.
We at least recorded the first game, and then our recording software decided to just not work, which is disappointing. But we do have this up now, and hopefully this will go all the way through as we continue to wait for things to keep moving here. What else do you see going on in the league at the moment?
Yeah, looking at the standings, obviously things are tight. You have a lot of teams with draws. I know Matchday 3, the last stream, there were a ton of draws, and it seemed, I think 3 of the 4 games ended up being draws, and so it's really tight in the standings, and we're going to start to see teams kind of separate themselves. I mean, you have Athenai, who's still playing very organized and strong defensively. They only have 1 goal allowed so far on the season.
And you look at contender. I'm looking again at Hollywood. I mean, that's 9 goals scored and only 1 goal allowed, and I don't even remember who scored that goal against them. Was that Rio who scored against them? No, it wasn't even Rio. It was from the first game of the season, I think. Nope. No, third game. Wait, second. I'm so confused right now. The standings are the schedule is really hard to read. I can't get around that. Schedule's a bit hard to read here, but I'm trying to find who even scored against Hollywood, and I think it has to have been that third week then, Montreal, as Rio did score against them in the preseason, but that's preseason, that didn't count. And even then they destroyed Rio 3-1. So that's definitely it's unfortunate to see that sort of thing happening. Like, I absolutely love parity. That the sort of idea that any team can beat any team, something. My personal motto of "Stultus fit aliquid semper." I believe that is the wrong translation, but whatever, we're going to go with it. It roughly translates to "something stupid always happens." That's my belief in sports, and it's very disheartening to see one team just absolutely take over, and it's not hard to see why they've taken over.
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at the player statistics here, and early on in the season, our goal leader is Tiki Taka. As we mentioned, 4 goals on the season so far. Teammate Ricky Bobby has 2 goals and 2 assists, and then teammate Hunter Jones has 2 goals and 1 assist. So that trio for Hollywood really carrying a lot of weight as far as the scoring and playmaking goes.
And then I guess we should at least take a quick look at the bottom of the table because, I mean, while we don't have relegation, I do not approve of the pro revolution. While we don't have relegation, it's still important to see who's at the bottom because that's going to be first round pick because we do have a draft in this league. And Tokyo is just not doing too well. Like we saw last season that they got that remontada coming back late in the season, and maybe they're going to try to do it again, but it's very hard to see, the way that they've been playing. They haven't been scoring and they haven't been keeping goals out. They've let by 8 goals. I mean, I think that's Nudazuki who's in goal there, and it's difficult to see such a legend from that cup game get absolutely destroyed back there.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Last season, and especially that second half of the season when Tokyo really came on, they kind of embraced the chaos. It was a lot of, unorthodox formation, hoofing the ball up to the forward, not trying to do anything too cute. And you have to wonder now, heading into season 2, if GMs are catching on more to what works for their players, if teams are becoming a little bit more established with higher TPE levels, that they can play more pretty soccer, if you will, and if that's catching up to Tokyo.
As we're going to see the kickoff now, Athenai F.C. versus, I think that's Rio, FC Rio. And we're going to watch it now. I didn't get a good look at the Athenai formation, but I believe that they're running something that I like to call the anchor formation, which is you got wing backs, only 2 center backs, and then you've got a holding mid and then just a normal midfielder, sort of like moving its way up, and then you've got like the bar of the anchor with your attacking midfielder, your 2 wingers, and then your 1 striker up top.
As we see there, Rio playing a 4-3-3 with a ton of space, a huge gap between those defensive midfielders and those attacking 3. They're going to look for Maioya, obviously, up top early and often and use that speed and see if he can either make something happen himself or cross that ball in.
I believe that I spoke to, first of all, Haruka Maioya is a girl. Get that right. That's the render, like the render specific catchphrase is "I'm a girl," so wonderful. It's wonderful that I have to keep saying it. Oh, there's an attack right there. Black. Ooh, has that saved. What I was about to say though is that I think that what Rio is trying to do is that Hollywood. That's essentially a little bit of chaos ball that they're playing with the 3 forwards up there, and so I think that's what Rio is trying to do here. Get a bit of that chaos. I know I spoke to Sermo a bit about the tactical attempts at it. We really wanted to have like the 3 forwards, but it just didn't quite work out in terms of like fitting it all in. I didn't really put much input into this specific formation that they're running today, but it's definitely a bit of that. As now Athenai has the ball. We're already into the 24th minute, and there hasn't really been much going on. Joker's got it on the left wing, sends it in, but Kong has firmly in his hands.
And no real clear-cut chances in this one yet.
There was the one from Black earlier, and that was it. Ednovic gets the turnaround Costanza. But the pass is taken out by Possible. But, Kong's distribution, not quite good. And that goes to G Fuel Energy Formula, the official drink of esports. Who lays it off to, I think that was Lamb. I don't know. I lost track of him after I had to start reading that name.
Most obnoxious name in the league.
Maioya takes it forward. Doesn't get that pass off to Rise. And Athenai is going to look to try to move their way forward. Not quite a counterattack, but they're definitely working their way around, trying to find a hole there. And Joker's got it on the left wing. Ednovic. And Ednovic gets in behind Kong. And that's going to be a goal in the 29th minute.
What a ball by, I believe it was Gin Tonic, to send that out left side on the flank. Look at that ball. Beautiful.
That wonderful... Joker. I love that run from Minion, pulling away 2 defenders as Joker gets completely free to put that cross in. Minion pulls away 2 defenders on that one. And now Rio is going to have to try to start fighting uphill. Mayo here on the left wing already. Doesn't have any friends in the box, though, so she's going to pass it back out, and doesn't really help very much. Almost an own goal from G Fuel there.
A bit aggressive on that back header from G Fuel.
Fairly dangerous there, but looks like Athenai is going to handle that. And we're starting to get some Olay here. As we see, the crowd is fairly sparse at the moment. Horvat is going to set it forward to Noodle. Noodle was pretty much the only option, and they did not make a very good chance at that one. Probably should have thought about continuing forward there. Rio is not moving, and Ednovic has another chance here. Over Kong and over the bar.
Oof. Wasteful.
That was wasteful from the Rio defense. You saw no movement back there, as Athenai was able to run through. Now Black to Mayoi. It's back off to Costanza. They're working their way forward. Horvat tries to get to Mayoi, but does not get there, and it's cleared back into Rio's possession. Rise has it. Horvat clear on goal, and that's going to be smothered by Anderson.
Needs to do better there. Beautiful build-up, easy layoff pass, unmarked runner. You got to get something more out of that.
Possible, looking for a long throw in here, and that's directly at G Fuel. But G Fuel puts it in the box. Didn't do much there. But what a golden opportunity. G Fuel has made some very confusing errors in the back there. Nothing has come of them, but that is concerning for Athenai.
Yeah, and it really looked like Noodle had a chance to take that one touch and put something on frame and passed up on it.
G Fuel with the cross, and Rangers clears it away. Coming back with a second wave here. Gintonic retains possession of the ball and lays it back off. Gorkov up to G Fuel. G Fuel is open for a cross there. The only man in the box is Minion, but does not get it on frame. Noodle up on the right wing. You notice their pressing is very... it's a good cross! Wow! Out of nowhere, Mayo finishes that one, but that cross came from nowhere!
And Mayo losing the marker, far post, easy as you like. Tap in, finish. Ties the game at 1.
Passes it off to Mertz. Mertz with just... I don't know if that's vision or luck that they just put it right in front of Mayo. I mean, if Mayo wasn't going to get to it, that was going to be Rise.
Is that G Fuel? He beats far post. She beats far post. I believe that was G Fuel.
It was either G Fuel or Lind.
Seemed to be a long name from my recollection, so I'm assuming
if it was a long name, then it was G Fuel. And Rio has it back. Horvat back up to Mayo. She's got a chance, but I believe they're calling someone offside. I'm not sure if she was offside, but I think that the original pass up to Rise was offside. And it's halftime. Who do you think has the advantage right now?
Yeah, for me, I have to go with Rio, especially towards the end of that half. Plenty of warning shots. They have free runners in the box pretty consistently, and if they can deliver the ball to them, good things are going to happen. We could see what would be considered an upset based on those early standings.
And now Rio has the restart here. So going to try to work their way forward, and Horvat's pass does not work out. Gets to Minion, and Athenai has the ball. But we have a dangerous free kick here now. Black from way out from outside the box. Are they going to call it? They're going to call it offside.
Really a great save by the keeper there.
I'd like to see a replay of that, but we're not going to get it. It's a bit confused at what point was he offside. As G Fuel takes it forward, lays it into Ednovic, and once again, Rio defenders caught sleeping. Pushed over the bar by Kong, but that's still going to be a corner kick. Snooks sends it in. Kong punches it out. But Athenai are going to probably bring it back here. Yep, as G Fuel has it on the wing. Rise takes it away. Oh, that is a foul. As expected, as Rise is a forward and probably doesn't really have anything in a defensive stat. Smayoy lays the ball off. Rio is going to try to surge ahead. Stanza has it, passes it off to Mayo on the left wing. She puts it in. Doesn't really have the leg to get it to anybody. They try for a second chance for Mayo, but does not get to her. And now Athenai has the ball again. Sticking over to the left wing. Looks like there's plenty of room over towards the right as they exploit that. Gorkroff to Ednovic. And it's in behind Kong. And that's a goal for Athenai.
Really beautiful play there, and I'm sure we'll see the replay by Gorkov. A quick touch to get some space, and then just delivers a great little through ball into the box.
And you see that wide open space over there on that right side as Gorkov gets in behind Costanza. Rangers commits to that side, and Ednovic gets in behind Rangers. That's those center backs are having a tough time here. And we pick it back up with a Rio thrown in their own end. Mertz sends it forward, but it doesn't really get to anybody. It gets to the Athenai player, and once again, Ednovic in behind. Goes wide. And what we're seeing here is that you're seeing a lot of these players push into one side. Everyone is playing very narrow. I mean, you can call it wide because they're out towards a wide space, but it is fairly a narrow area of play that they're pushing here. And that's not good business.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, everybody seems to be looking for those quick 1-2s, and at these TPE levels, they're not always great at playing those 1-2s. Many times we'll see good build-up play halted by, an easily given ball.
Gintonic has it, and that is saved by Kong. And we're seeing, like, the other times when there's been goals scored, it's been the exploitation of the space that is left behind by such narrow play. As Minion has it, but it's offside. Rio has it in the attacking end. As that pass to Horvat wasn't offside, surprisingly. Noodle has it on the left wing, tries to find somebody in there, but nobody's moving. Passes it off to Rise, and doesn't get that too much. I know that one of the big things that Rio is looking for in this game is to try to get Rise chances at headers, and it's just not happening.
No, they've won some foot races on the flanks thus far, but not too many balls being whipped in as crosses as of yet.
Speaking of crosses and headers, that one, I believe from Snooks or Lamb, goes just over the bar. 84th minute, Athenai still has the advantage. 2-1. G Fuel lines one up. I think that's blocked by Minion. I'm not quite sure if that was a Rio player or an Athenai player who blocked that shot. Now Rio has a corner, and that's not going to be doing much. But as we've seen before, the second wave sometimes brings about a goal. As there's some passing in the middle, Noodle has it again over to the right. Rise, interesting idea there. Passes it out wide, and that pass to Rise goes over the bar, and it's going to go for another corner kick. It's getting very late in the game for Rio to try to salvage something here. It's Fernandez. It's not Fernandez.
Really a good opportunity there, and be the last good one they get, although Noodle up to take
We got one
corner.
last opportunity. Rangers! That's saved over the bar, and it looks like they're going to get another corner. Noodle lines it up again.
Bring the keeper up.
And that's going to go clear, and I believe it's got to be over. And it is over. Athenai wins 2-1 over FC Rio. And what do you think of that one?
Yeah, both teams had a lot of solid chances and a lot of half chances. This is one that really could have gone other way, and I thought Rio had the better of play in the first half, but Athenai responded well in the second half and really started that half off on the front foot, got that second goal, and didn't look back.
I think that this game really did show like a lack in defense for Rio. As we saw there, I mean, just look at the game score there for Costanza. He's got a 6.1. It was not a good game for those center backs, and I think that's something that they've got to be looking for fixing either over the waiver wire or in the draft. It's something that they got to work on. As our next game is going to be Cairo City against Inter London. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, I think this is a game that either team could get. These are both teams that show flashes of being really, really solid clubs, but consistency will be key. And so we'll see how this matchup can go. Obviously, I'm a little biased in this one. My player, Azpilicueta, with the touch for Inter London, which, by the way, I think you'd find funny. We have decided that the mascot for the team will be the Blueies, like the kids show from Australia. Not the Blues, the Blueies. So up the Blueies.
Let's see if their plans go kablooey.
Hey.
As I believe that's is that empty bucket formation looks like Inter London's running an empty bucket there.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to look at how we're lined up today.
Joseph moves it forward to O'Connor. Ooh, a quick counterattack there. Torres has it. And that's pushed aside by Yeboah, but what a quick counterattack that was.
Yeah,
defense was caught sleeping a bit.
Inter with plenty of numbers up on the attack, and quick counter there from Cairo. Always dangerous when Franco's up top.
I'm trying to figure out what what Cairo's. Oh, Cairo's just running a normal 4-2-3-1. Nothing special there. As we pick it back up, it's the 24th minute. London's got it in the attacking end. SA sends it in. It's going to go right back out, and London's going to keep it. And Kwai tries his luck. Goes wide.
Really much closer there than it deserved to be. Kind of came from nothing.
And Sabota makes sure to firmly grasp the ball, and he kicks it. That's not going to go to anybody.
Cairo doing a little early time wasting here in the 28th minute.
A very quick counterattack. Shoots it from a bit too far out there. I think that the instructions for Inter London have weapons free from outside the box, but I'm not quite sure that was the right decision. And we're closing in on halftime. Not much has happened. Nesse puts the ball in. Time is going to look to put the ball in again, or is going to pass it off to Len Kwai. Bud Light. I'm not quite sure what that was supposed to be. I'm not quite sure what that was supposed to be. As we're going to close it on halftime, not much has even happened here. We've had some bursts of interesting play for like seconds at a time. Bud Light sends it over to Len Kwai. Looks like this is going to be another chance here. Clements saved by Sabota.
And that ball off Clements was just dying for O'Connor to get something on it as he was in the area. But ended in nothing.
So what do you think about the first half? As I said, there's not much happening here, and you see that in the XG match story there.
Yeah, the best chance was definitely Michael Torres getting through and beating the defense, receiving a through ball, and Yeboah was able to stop him near post. But aside from that, really a battle of attrition from both teams trying to make something happen.
And we're going to start the game up again. Cairo's got it now. And I think that what Cairo is definitely doing is just they're sitting back and looking for that counterattack, because I'm not quite sure if they've got the ability to build up play. And there looks like they're trying to there, as Larson takes a good shot there. Goes way over the bar. Yeah, I think definitely they're looking to try to play some sort of sit back and then kick and run up to Torres.
Yeah, when you have those four attackers up top in this formation for Inter, you do kind of have to sit back.
Gordon's got it in on goal. And it's in! I didn't quite see the build-up because I looked away. As you all know, this is recorded the night before, so I'm checking in on the Honduras game stuff. That ball goes out wide to Clements. That is probably the widest 1-2 I've ever seen. Gordon sends it out wide to Clements and then finishes it.
And for him to run through the sea of defenders, pretty questionable defending there by Cairo.
As Cairo's going to try to respond, but that's not going to go anywhere. Leaving themselves open a bit. Joseph might have some space. Tries to push it ahead for Clements, but that's going to be Jeeves picking it up. Cairo's going to try for another long ball there.
Fin it up to the striker. Route 1.
Do you feel like momentum has even shifted on that goal?
You know, it's tough to say. I think just the sheer organization of Inter, I think they'll feel good with the spot that they're in, or as good as one can feel with a 1-goal lead.
Len Kwai, he's got friends, but he's choosing to keep it to himself. And is that a foul in the box? It is not, but they get the goal anyway.
Keon Joseph.
Rainman takes a man's life out in the corner, and it is not called, and they get a goal anyway.
Keon Joseph just screening the keeper here in beautiful position. Just smashes this in off the pass from O'Connor.
You know, that was a bit of a confusing play, and once again, we'll see how it looks. Oh, he's barely kept onside by Rainman. We'll see how it looks after the restart here, but once again, I'm not quite sure if momentum has actually shifted. It's just they've just gotten in the right spots there, and Cairo hasn't.
You got to feel for the bot defender there. Out of position.
As London's going to look to make it move forward, and yeah, definitely. It looks like London's definitely feeling better here. So Joseph's got it now. Gonna lay back off to Bud Light. O'Connor sends it forward to Lane Kwai, but is quickly snuffed out. As Bud Light tracks that one all the way back. And now Cairo's on the attack. Torres with a long shot. Franco Torres with his first goal of the season. It's surprising that it's taken him this long, that if that's his first goal of the season. That he's just offside. Nope. He still hasn't gotten his first goal of the season then.
We'll take that. Really good placement on the shot, but obviously just a hair off. That's the ability of Torres too. Can make something come out of nothing.
And O'Connor makes something out of nothing there as Clements pops the ball up. I don't know if that was Clements with an assist or Jeeves just popping the ball up, but O'Connor comes in to slam it down. It's going to be 3-0 London now. And it's not looking good for Cairo.
Something, put numbers in the box and good things will happen. Something.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's a redirection for Jeeves, and O'Connor has the vision to see that and get up to get it.
I think with the nature of the goals and the nature of play, Cairo does have to feel a bit shell-shocked to see themselves down 3-0 here. However, they've also, like we've talked about, been content to really sit back and let Inter dictate. And sometimes when you do that too much, you get things like this.
I mean, there's not many teams that can come back from 3-0 down in the 58th minute after essentially playing a fairly good game. As Bud Light sends it forward for O'Connor. O'Connor gets a shot off, but I believe... they are calling offside. That's going to be a corner. That's going to be tipped over the bar. Yeah, you gotta feel for Cairo, who's been playing pretty solid the entire game, and they thought that they'd cut the deficit down to 1, and now they're down by 3.
Yeah, and Inter playing with confidence now. Really just seem to be having fun out there.
As we head into past the hour mark here, Larson's got on the left wing. Well, I guess he doesn't have it on the left wing now, and it's going to be on the way back over towards Cairo's end and Inter London's possession. O'Connor's going to send it forward for Joseph. Is he going to have the time to take it forward? He does, but goes over the bar.
Few too many touches.
Or maybe not enough. We're going to come back in the 76th minute now. It's going to be a chance for Cairo, but not really. It's another chance for London, and Joseph has it in behind the defense again. Over the bar again. He does have a goal already on the game, but I'm not quite sure he's gotten a goal off of something like that yet. And that header goes way over the bar. I believe this is a home game for Cairo, so that may be their home fans who look pretty non-existent out there booing them. So Rainman takes it forward on the right wing, looking to try to salvage some sort of honor out of this game. Lays over to Larson. Larson sends it in, and Torres is too late to it. It is open in the face of the goal. And the final shot by Koivu is saved.
Lucky and a great job to get something on that by Yeboah and throw off the play in front of the net.
You gotta feel for Torres in this game. A brilliant shot disallowed. just a hair too late getting to an open net. Last chance, and well, this is going to be the last chance now. And they're throwing it away. They passed their ways. They're past their way out of their last chance, and the game ends 3-0 for Inter London. There. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's interesting looking at the expected goals. Cairo with a 1.33 and Inter with a 1.68. Not a huge gap there, but again, it was Inter taking advantage of some chances and, making things happen quick with those 4 offensive players up top.
Yeah, I think that definitely the issue that Cairo had was that they may have just sat back a bit too much. And now the next game coming up is Club de Football Catalunya versus Montreal United. And what do you think about this one?
Yeah, 2 of the new kids on the block squaring off. Both teams trying to make themselves known and make their presence known in the league. And they'll both be very hopeful to get points off of each other.
Especially Catalunya. They've only got 2 points on the season at the moment. And they're starting it off right now. So McPossum has it. And he doesn't have it anymore. So Montreal moves around the center. Looks like 2 teams that are probably going to be content to just stroke the ball around, but as we've said before, just stroking the ball around, especially at this TPE level, not quite sure you want to do that.
Doesn't get you much, and you don't want to be pinging it around in your defensive half because that's where bad giveaways happen and the counters can hurt.
Your defenders cannot handle that.
Nope.
Lorland's got it on the left wing there. Sends it in, and that's going to be sent out, but Busquets has it. He's going to go over to the other side. He's going to try to let Xhaka take it, but Xhaka doesn't want any of this. They cut in between. Fred's got it now, and pinging off a couple defenders. I'm not quite sure if that was a back pass or not. I'm not quite sure Football Manager has the ability to handle an indirect free kick in the box.
We'd love to see it. Give us one. Always a treat.
As you see that 5, it's pretty much a 5-2-3 for Montreal there. As I'm going to try to contain Catalunya, especially with like we know Busquets, the coach. I forgot his username, but I do know, at least in the Discord chat, Busquets, he really, he loves Barcelona. That's why they're Catalunya. And he's definitely going to be trying to play that tiki-taka style. And as I've said before, not quite sure if you're going to be able to get that, but as they continue to pass it around outside the box, cycling it around. Still no cross yet. Sinclair is going to put in the cross, and hey, they get something out of it. Fred finishes that one.
Interesting there, when the ball was whipped out on the right flank, it was barely kept alive and barely kept in, and they end up scoring off of it, just proving that soccer is a game of inches sometimes.
Or centimeters if you're wrong. As we're going to move along here, heading closer towards halftime now. And we're going to go straight into halftime. Wow. Nothing much going in this game. The Montreal is not taking a shot.
Nope, and we figured this would be a game where there might not be a ton of big opportunities for these newer teams. It was either going to be that or having a lot of opportunities due to playing a little sloppy in the back. But Very, very measured affair, and obviously Catalunya will be very happy with that. Montreal with work to do this half.
It was something that we were seeing from Catalunya, which was the cycling around the box. It's something that I like to equate things to hockey because hockey is just soccer on ice. So like you can't. Well, there's a lot of things, but you can simplify it down to hockey is just soccer on ice.
Agree.
And you can see that sort of like that movement in the same sort of way in hockey where a lot of these teams dump the puck into the other end and they move that puck around trying to find their shot. And that's what Catalunya is doing, cycling it around the box, trying to find their way to cut in. And they found their way to cut in, and it worked. And now they have it again. It's already past the hour mark now.
And again, like we talked last match, this is where the trailing team really needs to step up and add some pressure and not just sit back. So we're going to need to see something out of Montreal sooner than later.
I mean, we need to go back to the simulation screen soon to see how many shots Montreal's gotten that we haven't been looking. Lorland's in on goal. Yeah, it's pushed aside by Rage. And that corner kick isn't really going to do much. I don't know if you caught it, whether or not Montreal's gotten a shot yet.
Certainly not. Way too quick there.
Is going to be pushing it around in the back now. Likely to lose it around midfield. But we'll see how it goes. Bjorkas sends it over and loses it around midfield. Catalunya.
Nice back heel.
To Shaka. Shaka's got it on the right wing now. Sends it in. Fred. That's going to go wide. And that's the sort of risk you take with that formation, that 5-2.
Able to really take control in the middle. You're missing that link between your defense and your attackers. That's where your offense starts to struggle, and we've really been seeing that from Montreal so far in this match. At least
and Montreal again. And there's a bad giveaway in the back there. McPossum is free. And it's going to go in. Austin McPossum with his second goal of the season. And that's a terrible turnover there for Montreal, for Lexington right there.
Just hanging onto the ball too long. I don't know what Lexington's
just
trying to do
swipes
there.
It. Absolutely swipes it. I mean, you got... I was going to say just before that Montreal passed up the opportunity for attempting a counterattack there. They could have gone forward and they just didn't. And surprisingly, despite that giveaway, Lexington is their highest rated defender at the moment.
Oof, and looking at the stat screen, Montreal still without a shot in this match.
That might change here. Biscuit sends it forward to Giager. Oh! And that doesn't go anywhere. Stojakovic and Biscats are going to play a bit of pass around there.
Ole.
And I think Catalunya is going to be very content to take their time. And is Sinclair going to get up? Nope. It's going to be Rage coming out. I'm sure Rage is feeling the rage. Ha! With a shot, and that's going to go way wide.
Would have been pretty wild. First shot of the game, first goal, and it being negs would just be the icing on the cake.
I'm sure that that Rage is definitely feeling the rage at the moment with the way that his team is just putting him in peril. Catalunya, once again in the attack. And they just pass the ball out, and that is it. Catalunya wins 2-0. I believe that's their first win of the season.
Yeah, and really a dominating performance. We talked about the woes that Montreal had. Catalonia just playing under control. They knew their game, and they went out and dictated the tempo, dictated what was happening on the field, and Montreal couldn't get anything going and couldn't keep up.
How much of that do you think was Catalunya playing well versus Montreal disappointment?
I'm going to say Montreal disappointment. I think anytime you have one shot in the game and it's not even on target.
They had 2 shots.
Oh, they did finish with 2 shots. My apologies.
They got 2 shots.
My apologies. And I think it's a tactical shift, and I'm sure they'll go back to the drawing board and make some changes. I put that mostly on Montreal with a disappointing performance.
And this next game coming up, Hollywood Football Club, the top team in the league, against Tokyo Sports Club, the bottom team in the league. And we're going to see how this one works out. Once again, looks like Hollywood is probably going to be playing their front 3 again. The absolutely no one knows how to deal with their front 3 up against Tokyo, who I'm not quite sure what they're going to be doing.
And interestingly enough, I'm hearing that Rashford, the Hollywood midfielder, is on the block.
There's I just wanted to mention that I just saw this, that there's a Tokyo player that was walking out of the tunnel, then turned around and walked back.
Ooh. Well, there you go.
That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. Never want to see that. As Rashford takes the ball away almost instantly from Thessenvitz, and it looks like Thessenvitz instantly fouls the man. You were saying, though.
Yes, Rashford on the block. Definitely a great player in Miko Rashford. Really the glue in the midfield for Hollywood. And it'll be interesting to see if that player does move, how they go about replacing that core piece.
Looks like Kim Possible's already down injured. Not Kim, whatever that person's name is. There's multiple Possibles in this league. Jones has it on the right wing. Rashford now sends it in. Ricky Bobby gets onto it, but isn't able to turn it towards goal. It looks like they might have to take off Possible.
I'll be honest, I didn't know injuries were on.
You can't turn them off in Football Manager. I believe. I think we were calling that game where they were forced to take a player off and put in a sub who actually was involved with a goal. As they're gonna move the ball around here. Oh, Versetti getting dangerous there. Rashford sends it forward to Jones, and Nudazuki gets in front of it. And Possible is coming back onto the pitch. So that's good news for Hollywood there, that they're not playing with 10 men anymore. Budneska. Now Bobby, outside the box.
Yes, pulled knee ligaments is the quick diagnosis by the trainer.
It's never good to hear about knee ligaments. Rossiter. Nudazuki just gets to it. Passes it back to Rossiter. And that one Nudazuki doesn't have to get to.
Well, Hollywood certainly keeping Newt busy early on here.
Well, as I said earlier, I think that Nudazuki might be Oh! Isagi! And Tokyo might have an upset on their hands.
Possible. Should probably be checked for a head injury in addition to that knee injury. just crossed it perfectly in their own box as we see the replay here.
It looks like there was a tackle or something. Jarvala. Yeah, two terrible tackles from Hollywood. Sets up Isagi. And now Tokyo is in the lead. That was their first shot of the game.
3 losers not going to be happy to see that one on the replay.
Bobby gets it right back. And all is right in the world.
That's a little more expected. Again, we've talked before. Hollywood, a fantastic team, and as long as they can stop from shooting themselves in the foot, they'll continue to be one.
Gerard with a great cross. Nunazuki might have been able to get to it, but he's done enough already. Already 3 saves in the match, and it's only the 26th minute. And there's another one as he holds on to this. You know, it's always the best goalkeepers in the league are always on the worst teams.
Plenty of practice.
So Bobby sends it back over to Nunazuki, who's not even going to pick it up. He's going to send it straight back over. Jarvala picks it up for Hollywood now. They're going to find their way out to the wing. It looks like Tokyo is a bit hesitant to press them in the back there.
I would be too. Those weapons up top are not to be messed with. So Tokyo is right to have kind of a measured approach. They'll be thrilled to be at 1-1 at this stage, and they'll just be looking for their opportunities and hoping they can sit back and soak up some pressure.
Possible sends it forward to Ricky Bobby again. That's going to go over the bar, off the bar, and then out into touch, and that's for goal kick. So getting to the 36th minute now. Hollywood is once again on the attack. Oh, I guess not. Now that's the thing. It's the difference between like the tiki-taka style of play versus Ricky Bobby with another great shot, Nunazuki with another great save. It's a difference between the way that a team like Catalunya plays and a team like Hollywood plays, which is very much Catalunya moves the ball around to look for spots, as Hollywood seems to be able to just sit there and just watch the spots open up on their own.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it's a lot easier when you have the aerial presences that Hollywood has. You're really just looking to get that ball up top in the box and make something happen.
Once again, Ricky Bobby heads it over right to Nunazuki's hands.
Yeah, whether it's
and definitely when you don't have Tokyo pressing past the midline.
Yeah, when you have options like they do in the air, it just makes sense to send that up, and they'll be happy to do that because eventually it's going to pay dividends.
So you've already seen it happen once already. Possible over to the wing now. Jones. Somebody's going to have to put it in, and it's going to be possible here. Nope, it's not. They're just cycling it up now. Finally, Rashford sends it over. Taka over the bar.
An absolutely beautiful setup. Taka has to do better with that. Wide open far post.
As we're seeing, like, I think I see what Tokyo's done here, and they've got, I believe that's 7 players in the back?
Yes, yep.
That is seven men in the back. They are not taking any chances. And I guess that's something that works. What did you think of the first half?
Yeah, as I said before, they're trying to soak up pressure and capitalize on mistakes when they can. They'll be absolutely thrilled with this 1-1 result, and I would assume be thrilled for it to stay that way, honestly. So they have those numbers in back, and they're going to try to battle with Hollywood, who wants to keep putting the ball in the air.
And Tokyo takes the ball away, and doesn't look like they did anything with it as they cut away instantly, and Hollywood has the ball back. Rashford at the top of the box. Cuts in, but sends it back out wide to Possible. Possible back over to Rashford. And Thesovitz keeps it from going any further into the box. And it's going to be a penalty now. Somebody gave something up, and Siege pushes Bobby. And now Jones stepped up for the penalty. Nudazuki has saved one before. He's got a lot of experience with these. And he doesn't get to it in time. And Hollywood takes the lead.
It's just something Tokyo cannot afford. Obviously rare to see those penalties called on corner kicks, but whatever happened, the official deemed warranted a penalty, and Hollywood will take it.
I mean, any sort of foul inside the box is a penalty, so. Isagi sends it in. 44, and they get it back! Off a set piece. Tokyo is shocking Hollywood at the moment. Wide open on the far post.
Totally unmarked.
You can't let that happen. You can't let that happen.
Looks like Specjero was the closest in the vicinity, but not even an eye on 44.
There was a player for Hollywood who went out for the ball but didn't get to it. But you can't rely on that. You gotta have someone marking. Soderbergh at the top of the box, and he gets it in, and Tokyo has the lead again. In the 58th minute, Tokyo has the lead again.
Shout out to Jess. What a hit there by Soderbergh. Top bins. And I don't know how they get this much space in the middle here.
That is... The Hollywood defense has something going on right now. All 3 goals from horrible defensive mistakes. I mean, you see, Tokyo is working so hard, and all of the goals that Hollywood has had to get against them have been, pretty difficult. At the very least, they had to get to that corner kick in order for that foul to happen. As Nudazuki saves another shot from Ricky Bobby. That Tokyo defense is working hard. I mean, they did give up a penalty, but they are still working a whole lot harder than that Hollywood defense.
Yeah, and this is what you love to see, the underdog or the team that maybe isn't playing as flashy, getting it done in those little moments of brilliance.
Well, they leave roster open, but Nudazuki has the class to push it away, but Ricky Bobby was offside anyway. Definitely, this is the parody I wanted to see. Jones's shot is saved. Versetti's going to clear it out of danger. And Breeds almost gets that ball down. Breedis. I keep saying Breeds. They're going to send that ball forward. And you're seeing they've got the high man with 44 and Breedis up there to make sure that when they play those long balls, they got some guys there to get to them too. And at least make it difficult for Hollywood to recycle it forward. Now Isagi up to Breedis to 44. He's got a chance. That's sent over by Sterling.
44 definitely a dangerous player in space.
Isagi trying to throw it to the center. 44 is getting a bit of separation on that far corner. It's the 70. We're past the 70th minute now, and Tokyo is still up 3-2 right now. Nudazuki having an excellent game, and that Hollywood defense wondering what's going on. It's the 87th minute now. Possible looking to send it across there to Taka, saved by Nudazuki. And I don't believe it. I think Tokyo might be winning this one soon. As we're going down to it, The fans are on their feet. They think it might be over. Is Hollywood going to get one more chance? No, it is over. And Tokyo takes down Hollywood 3-2. Wow. Just look at that. Look at the stat line here. Incredible.
Yeah, just a chaotic, crazy game. Teams taking advantage of opportunities given and mistakes defensively. It's a game that Hollywood is going to feel very poorly about and really feel like their defense kind of let them down here.
As I said at the beginning, the thing that I truly believe in soccer is stultus aliquid semper accidit. And it looks like this is over now. I think that the video might be paused, but we're not done yet. Thank you for watching. I'm Jiggly.
I'm G2019.